be a star. Let me show you.
It's week 15 of the National Football League. And up next is the Miners' superstar wide receiver. He starts play fourth in the NFL in receiving yardage. It's the Miners and the Packers. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we reach week 15 and we've got a good matchup in store between the Green Bay Packers and the Sacramento Miners. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Sacramento team as we enter play here. They've been cooking these last couple months, winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week. And off we go from the California capital. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting on a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
Throwing on first down, Sutton. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he'll be out right at the 35. A good gain on first, has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 64 yards, and a touchdown.
I have to say, partner, their coaches didn't do a very good job of hiding their thoughts this week when they spoke with us, did they? They told us exactly this. We've been good on the ground, but sitting 8th in the league, we know we can kick it up a notch and push for the top 5. So there's no doubt in my mind, we'll see them try to establish that ground game early and try and pick up an early lead.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Brooklyn?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Sutton throwing middle, and it's complete. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Sutton. And this is caught inside the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one good for 37 yards.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Michael Pittman, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Packers are on the board first here this afternoon. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. Whatever they said appears to have worked. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Some might have returned that one. He won't. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start the drive from the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
You know what I did in pregame? I made sure I touched him as he went by. I want a little bit of what he's got.
The golden arm from last week.
Oh, how much fun was that to watch that game tape, all right? The number of touchdowns, what was that, 5 last week?
Yeah.
But 0 interceptions. So you think he's due to throw a pick? But I'm betting that he continues the streak in this game.
And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The numbers for Williams a week ago. 19 carries, 110 yards.
Well, we know they've clinched a playoff spot, but there's plenty of football left to play. And I'm a proponent of continuing to do what you've done throughout the season, especially with teams that are heavy run teams. Because if you throttle back too early, you lose the rhythm of the run game, not just with the runner, but with the offensive line as well.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. To throw on 3rd down. Sutton. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Sutton. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Trying to build on that opening drive touchdown, but the drive stalls out. And then you get the missed field goal here, so they wind up with nothing to show from drive number 2.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things, but winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll set up to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And oh, he's just going to be short here. Barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would say, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Now the Packers get set to go. And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. On 3rd down, Sutton. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Sutton. He'll get this one to Pittman. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. This defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. And the Packer first down.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Miners 3.
The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Sutton. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here's Sacramento's offense once more. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember, last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. That's a gain of 3.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Brent, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 41.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
Complete to number 18. That's a gain of 4. Brings up
He'll look to throw. He gets it complete to Jackson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking to throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Oh, able to avoid him. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
2nd and 1. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. To throw on 3rd down. Sutton. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Pittman. And he is going to have a Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That catch for his career is number 589, so 11 away from 600, but it also right now ties him with Hall of Famer Fred Biletnikoff.
And we remember Fred Biletnikoff well because of the way he went about his business in catching the football. And we're seeing something similar here. Someone who runs precise routes, has excellent hands, and knows how to get the ball to the end zone.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Sutton. And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. .43 yards on the punt, return of 4. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. Back to throw now on 1st down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 2nd and 2. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Number 18. 8 yards on the pickup.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Miners are an extra point away from tying the ballgame here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. And he'll put it through, and that evens us up at 10 apiece. That time, a 9-play drive. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Packers with the football here late in this first half. And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. Throwing to start the drive. Sutton. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and 2, Sutton to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Powers. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch it and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
From the 37, they work on 2nd and 6. Again, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Powers. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Sutton. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Sutton. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? Touchdown, Packers. A big play there as time expires in the first half. And the Packers have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 17-10 score. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish. as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start by heading out west to Glendale, Arizona. And it's the Niners who have the lead as those two teams play the second quarter. The 49ers trying to hold on and claim victory. From there, we head east to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Tennessee Titans. The Ravens locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And it was the visiting LA Rams who get the victory in that one. The Rams continue their playoff push as the victory runs their mark to 9-5 on the year. And on now to a check on the next-gen stats in that first half for the Packers. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first two quarters. Meanwhile, for our home team, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And the half will begin with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Jalen Thompson picks it, and the Packers are going to take possession of the football. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Looking to throw on second down. Sutton out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
To win any route, you got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Sutton looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Powers. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. This is a 2nd and 4. Ball at the 9. Operating from the gun. Sutton. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, this secondary just continues to be a force. Multiple interceptions in this game, and now the pick 6.
And the thing about it is once you get an interception as a unit, you think to yourself, okay, we got that. How do we increase it the next time? Get the interception, do a little more damage, and there's your outcome right there. Take it to the house and break down what they're trying to do offensively.
An extra point attempt to follow here. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the side.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Here's Sacramento's offense once more. They'll have very good starting field position here as they try to break our tie, and they start 1st and 10.
They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Down right around the 25.
Second and 9 now.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They try the left side here with Williams. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Quick hitter here, it's complete. It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
They're going to look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion. It makes it 1st and goal.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Williams is in for a touchdown. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
The extra point forthcoming. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fields it right around the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
To throw on second down. Sutton. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. So they've got the football, and they'll start right on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Man open left side, it's Williams. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. 2nd and 5. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Herrera. That's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure.
And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Miners get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. And the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. Williams is into the end zone. Touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Point after here coming up. And the lead is up to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Packers ready to take over offensively. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On the NFL scoreboard elsewhere, third quarter down in Arizona. And that one for the 49ers, now a 2-touchdown advantage. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on third.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Fair catch taken right at the 10-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. On first down, Sutton. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again, Sutton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. As they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out of the gun now on third down. He finds his man, complete. It's Powers. And he is going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. At issue here, does the football make contact with the ground before he secured it? And I think some of these angles are going to give us a pretty good look.
Secured is the important part because the ball can touch the ground, but it can't be loose when it does. So that's what they're going to have to try and figure out.
Up the middle, it's Williams. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This time it's 3rd and 3. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. And time to see what this offense has left in the tank. Following the fumble recovery, Sutton. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
If we go back to the last series, remember, their coverage allowed them to get a turnover in the last drive, a takeaway, and that helps contribute to a sack on this one. I think maybe this quarterback's a little bit hesitant. Last time he turned it over, now he sees his zone coverage a little bit slow to get rid of the football.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. Sutton. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this one is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. They run a draw here on 2nd down. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. They'll set up a throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown! From 19 yards away. And the Miners are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Now the try here for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Sutton. The toss here completed to Pittman. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Sutton. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Operating from the gun, Sutton. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Looking to throw. Sutton. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Back to the air on 2nd down. Sutton, and he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. To throw on 3rd down, Sutton. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though. No surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
On 4th down, Sutton. And my goodness, another interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard. But also, you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has. He might be one of those players that you don't want to affect his confidence by actually pulling him out of the game. So you have to know your player. You have to know the situation.
Room here to run. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. 55 rushing yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. So they bring out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the second half, and that led them to victory.
So for the home team here, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the New York Giants come to town. Meanwhile, for the Packers, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll look to get back on the beam next week as they host the Pittsburgh Steelers.